Hi, it's Gerald Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial lawyer. Today's video tip is, why is your case taking so long to settle once Medicare is involved? I'll tell you why. Medicare is a federal agency, and once you've settled your case, if you have had Medicare pay for your medical expenses, your attorney is obligated to determine from Medicare what expenses they actually paid for and make sure they are directly related to the treatment you received in the care and treatment involved in your case. Then they have to go to Medicare and try and negotiate with them to try and reduce the amount that has to be paid back. And why is that important, and why does that take so long? Well, you and your attorney may have been able to resolve the case with the defense lawyers to how much you're going to settle for. But before any money is actually distributed, you are obligated, and your attorney is obligated, to make sure that they have negotiated with Medicare and have gotten what's called a conditional lien, meaning that they have a document from Medicare that says, we agree to accept this amount as a reduced amount to pay back. Because if you don't pay them back, what will happen is that your attorney can be liable for 3 times the amount that they were originally owed. They don't have to go after you, they can go after your lawyer, and your lawyer should never accept that type of responsibility. So it's the attorney's obligation to make sure that that's taken care of. Now, why does this slow things up? I'll tell you why. Because Medicare takes months and months to answer. We can send out a letter to Medicare and they don't respond right away. They will take 3 to 4 months to respond to us. Now, what's interesting is that once you agree with Medicare on how much has to be repaid, they do something very, very interesting, and it's contrary to what they should be doing. They demand payment within 60 days. Now, in a wrongful death case, it is impossible to get them payment within 60 days. And you know what? They tell you, if you can't repay us within 60 days, you, the attorney, and the client are going to be penalized with penalties and interest from the date of the agreement. And that's awful. Why? Because we, as the attorney, have absolutely zero control over what happens in a death case. What happens is we have to apply to the court for permission to settle your case. Once the court gives us permission, we then have to take those papers, send it off to the defense lawyer, and the defense lawyer sends those papers off to the insurance company. Then it takes time to process the paperwork and to get the check out. So it has never taken such a short period of time, and when we try and argue with Medicare about how this is actually impossible to accomplish within that period of time, they don't care. They basically say, we want the money within 60 days, otherwise you're going to be penalized. So what happens? Well, a lot of things happen. Letters get generated, appeals occur through Medicare, all because they don't understand the concept of, hey, we recognize that you have no control over this, but we're still willing to accept the money once it comes in. If Medicare recognized how important this was and that the attorneys don't control this, then they would be getting their money a lot quicker, and they wouldn't have this obstruction, this bottleneck that prevents them from getting paid. And that's it for today's video tip about why it's taking so long to get you your money if Medicare's involved once you have a settlement. I'm Gerald Oginski. Thanks so much for watching.